Well, let's get started, I guess. Um, hey, everybody, I'm Book Talk with Kay and my co host Lyha. Tonight we are interviewing two amazing authors, Erin Silva and Miss Megan Russ. Hey, everybody.
Hi. Hi, everybody.
Okay, just to save on confusion, I think we'll probably start asking Erin questions first, um, and then we'll head on over to Megan. How's that?
Perfect. Sounds good.
All right. Miss Erin, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hi, I am Erin, and I am the author of Unspoken Destiny. It's a romantic suspense that follows three main characters as they attempt to navigate a traumatic incident, all the while the person that caused said traumatic incident is stalking them with plans on unaliving them to keep them silent.
Nice.
So, this is my debut. It is an ambiguous ending, which is rough, and it is also a standalone. So those two together tend to make people kind of turn away. But it is an ambiguous ending, like a movie where you watch the main character drive off into the distance, but you know they're going somewhere, but you don't know where they're going. That kind of ending.
Do you have plans for more books or?
So this book particularly is a standalone. I am working on another romantic suspense. It is a military stalker romance, or is it type of romance? I plan to publish that one probably fall of next year.
Oh, that's kind of fast because this one just came out in September.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm a little over halfway done writing it, so then I'll send it off for beta reading and start doing all the stuff for that one.
For anybody that would like to, you do arc reads, right? Or have you done
I
arc reads?
do. Yeah, I did arc reads for Unspoken Destiny. I'll do arc reads for that one as well, and then I also arc read myself for other people. So,
Oh, awesome. How do people sign up for your art?
so when it comes time to do that, I will be advertising it quite a bit on my TikTok page. I usually have a form for signups, so I'll probably start posting that for probably summertime. I'll start posting about that for the next book.
Awesome. That's exciting.
Thank you.
So Lyha and I are really big supporters of the indie author community. Can you tell us a little bit about um, your indie author revolution?
Oh, yeah. So I am a member of Indie Author Revolution. Um, I help run it along with Dahlia and SB Ellie, along with another rest of the team of 10 total members that run it with different categories. I am in charge of HR. I run the TikTok page. I also keep track of the emails for the company side of it. It's a nonprofit organization that any money that comes into Indie Author Revolution gets funneled into there's the scholarship that we're working on building, and then also like advertisements for indies and stuff like that. So
Awesome. Do they have a TikTok page where people can see more information? I know they are on your
yeah.
website.
Yes, they are. There's TikTok. They have a Facebook group. They have a very prominent Discord group that's free, obviously, for anybody who is in the bookish community. It's a great way to meet pretty much anybody in the bookish realm. So narrators, editors. We have a lot of readers on there. Artists for cover art, character art. Other indie authors, and we have like sections for each kind of community type of member, so that authors can talk to just authors or they can talk to everybody, kind of thing. So that way it kind of allows you to reach out to other authors and kind of bounce ideas and get concepts and understand things, while at the same time preserving your own work. We also do like writing sprints in there, all kinds of stuff.
That's amazing. Something for everybody.
Yeah. It's they have the TikTok page is Indie Author Revolution, and it has their logo. So I highly recommend, if you are an indie author or a reader, to get into that, because I fell in love with it and I can't imagine anybody else not.
Well, yeah, it sounds like a great resource for everybody, not just
For
authors,
sure.
but anybody.
Yeah, anybody in the bookish space, for sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so where did the inspiration come for this first book?
So, for Unspoken Destiny, I have very vivid daydreams, I guess, that are very random, and they kind of just like accost me.
Yeah.
And then they tend to spiral into other ideas and then build up on top of each other. So there was not really any, like, I didn't come up with the idea on a singular sense. I kind of came up with a bunch of different ideas and they kind of all formed into the book. I do have quite a bit of purpose behind this book, though, with regards to like audience. I intended for this book to do two things. I wanted people who have experienced some of the things that occur in this book to feel seen, to feel heard. And all the while, anybody who has never experienced or been put in a situation like abuse or SA or anything along those lines, depression, to kind of have this, oh wow, like that's what they're going through type of feel when they read it. So I'm hoping that it kind of sheds light and allows people who have experienced said traumas to feel not alone, I guess.
Well, that's a beautiful goal to have, to reach people that might truly need it, and even people that haven't experienced it, just to have a greater understanding with people.
For sure. Yeah.
Are there any real life relatable characters in this book? Like
Um,
anybody in your real life?
I I feel like I can relate some of the characters to people that have been. Oh, that's a very good question. And I do have a good answer, but I have to be careful how I answer it. Because there is a character that I wrote based off of my mother. I also have a lot of relation with Walker, the main character, even though he is a male character. Just the aspect of wanting to be loved and wanting to love and not realizing that you can have both, and not have to sacrifice yourself in order to do so. I feel like I, in my earlier years, would struggle with that concept of, if I don't give all of myself, I can't, I don't deserve to be loved, essentially. So that's a really big struggle that Walker has, is accepting that that is a very valid possibility, that you can have both in balance. So I feel like I relate to my characters, which is probably not a great thing to say, but
Well, I mean, we've had a few authors that's in the same situation on here, and they found a lot of healing through the writing process. Hopefully that happens for you.
Yeah, no, it was I feel like during certain scenes, it doesn't make it easier. Even if you edit it 5 or 6 times, you come across these scenes that no matter what you get through with a shutter, like, you just have to push yourself through it, working through it. But it does kind of feel like you're closing a door on something that was partially open before. And it kind of feels a little bit relieving in that sense.
Well, I love that. Did you have to do any research for this book?
Yes, I did. Because one thing that I kind of laugh about now, but when I was writing, there's this scene where they go to I can't say the word, a expo, a weapons expo, I guess I could say. And I had never been to one of those, but I was like, I have to come up with how this person gets a pew pew, and I don't know how to get a pew pew. So my Google search was very interesting that day.
Oh, I bet.
Like, I'm gonna be examined by the government at the rate that I'm going.
That's dinging a computer somewhere.
Yeah. I know this is gonna pop up on somebody's. Well, this is odd. Yeah, for sure.
So being an indie author is different for everybody. What is one of the things that attracts you to being an indie author?
One of the things that attracted me to being an indie author would probably be the freedom that comes with being an indie author. I own the book, right? Completely. It's mine. I can do whatever I want with it. The cover, I came up with that completely. I didn't have somebody else telling me that I had to do this or that, had to take this or that out. So that kind of is where I kind of leaned more towards becoming an indie author.
Was there ever any thoughts of being traditionally published, or was you pretty set on being an indie author?
For sure. I mean, during the research process, it was a very much back and forth thought process, because while being an indie author is the path that I chose, there are a lot of benefits to being traditionally published, like the whole marketing concept.
Yeah.
I am currently not so loving. It definitely is significantly more on somebody else's plate, I guess I could say, with the traditional route. So that is definitely something that kind of had given me pause to consider that.
So. What are the struggles with marketing your own book? I know there's a lot of indie authors and comments in here, and it seems like editing is a big thing. Nobody really likes to edit, and marketing.
Marketing is by far my least favorite, because it's a consistent everyday thing. Like, it's not like you hit this this spot where, oh, I'm just coasting. Like, it's every day you have to do something to try to encourage people to your book, because every day that you don't, you get knocked back spaces, like in a social like TikTok and Instagram and all those. Like, if you're not posting regularly, you're not messaging people regularly, you're not doing all the things, then your stuff doesn't go out as much. It's not seen by as many people. Whereas with traditional publishing, they take the marketing onto themselves. They go through and they try to get your book into bookstores. They do run advertisements and stuff like that, which makes sense because it's their investment. So they want the best bang for their buck, right? But without the finances that come with traditional publishing, being an indie author and trying to market, your options are limited if you don't have the finances to put out a bunch of different advertisements and stuff. So trying to find that loophole and balance that balance beam is tough. It's tough, and it's a lot of work, and especially if you're not comfortable speaking in front of people or to people, like, it's rough. But it is a necessary part of the game.
Yeah. Do you have you been to any book events or anything like that as an author?
No, I haven't yet. I actually I published in September, and then I had brain surgery in October. So
wow.
I've been recovering, but I haven't been able to get out and do that kind of stuff. Yeah, I haven't made any plans to do that yet. I'd love to, though. Like, I'd love to look into that. I just didn't know how I would feel prior to. So
yeah, that's amazing. I hope everything's going well.
Yeah, actually, I feel way better. I had brain surgery because I have too much. This is going off tangent, but I have too much fluid in my brain, and so they had to put a shunt to pull fluid out of my brain. But prior to, I couldn't see very well, and I was having regular headaches like every day, which made the editing process and stuff pretty hard, because I'd have the words as big as they could be on the computer screen, and I'd have to like slide back and forth just to read a line.
Yeah.
So it made that whole process significantly more difficult. So I'm hoping that with having surgery, I'm going to be unstoppable on the next book. Yeah.
Whoa. Yeah, that's amazing that you had to go through all that, but at least you got your first book out, and now it's all uphill, right?
That's the plan. That's the hope. Do you mind if I read my blurb for my book?
No, please go
ahead. Some ghosts haunt your mind, others come back in flesh and blood. After a devastating tragedy lands Walker behind bars, he is left with nothing but time, and the memories that won't let him go. Love, trust, hope. He gave all that up the day his world fell apart. But when Sadie, a girl from his past, unexpectedly re-enters his life, everything starts to shift. What begins as cautious friendship slowly kindles into something deeper, something dangerous. Because just as Walker starts to believe in second chances, the man who destroyed everything resurfaces. And he's not after forgiveness. He's after silence. Torn between the life he's rebuilding and the one he is desperate to forget, Walker must decide how far he'll go to protect the people he loves, and what pieces of himself he's willing to sacrifice to do it.
That sounds so good.
Thank you.
Who was your favorite character to write?
Walker was probably my favorite character to write. Mainly because he is, you watch this like progression of him starting out this witty, comical, laugh because I don't want to cry type of character, like, oh, I'm going to make a joke out of everything, to this fragile, distraught, kind of standoffish character. And then he gets reintroduced to Sadie, and he slowly starts bringing back that comical jokester type of personality, the relaxing of the character, and it kind of just shows the huge character arc. And I just really enjoyed writing the huge flux that he goes through.
We love good character growth. There's a question: is it on Kindle Unlimited?
It is. It's on Kindle Unlimited. It's also available for paperback and hardcover on Ingram. It's also available on Amazon for paperback and hardcover. I sell them on my website as well with book boxes. So sell both of those, and they're signed. Yes.
Oh no. We love those.
Yeah. Yeah, I have two, paperback and hardcover. I'll sign either one of them and send them. And lots of goodies in them.
Are the book boxes on your website?
Yes.
I didn't even see those.
I have a bunch of goodies inside. I had custom soaps made to smell like the different like locations in my story. They come in my book box.
I love that.
Thanks.
Getting the full. Thanks, guys. So her website is the right path or in Silva.com. I'll post the link when I post the video for this. So you guys can find her. I'm sure she has it in her bio too.
I do. I only typed it in there too.
Thank you. Okay, well, what's your favorite genre to read as just a lover of books?
So I like thriller suspense type of books. I like romantic books as well. So that's pretty much in the genre that I'm writing in. But I do enjoy that. I enjoy dark romance quite a bit. And then there's one more. I'm trying to think of the dark romance, romantic to suspense. Oh, why choose books as well. So
yes,
that's my area that I enjoy.
Love that. All right, and one more, then we'll swap over to Megan for a little bit. What is one advice that you has been given to you that helped your writing the most?
Don't edit while you write, because I have a heavy pen when it comes to wanting to edit. I'll reread sentences over and over again, and that just slows your flow. So I wish I would have known that prior to writing this current book, with writing this book, because that slowed me down by like years. So I would highly recommend just working on putting it on paper, like just get it all out. That's what the editing is, what the second and third and fourth draft are for. But that first draft, just get it out there.
There was a question. It says, which character do you most relate to?
Which character what?
Do you most relate to?
So I would say that I most relate to, situationally, I would relate to Sadie, because she is in a narcissistic relationship with her mother, and there's a lot of tension in that and the pressure to be perfect. in an imperfect world. But character building wise, I would say I most relate to Walker because of the whole feeling loved and needing to be loved arc that he experiences.
Great.
So,
Well, thank you. We will come back to you at the end if you want to hang out for a bit. Awesome. Hey, Megan. All right. So those that don't know Megan, she's got 12 books out total. Is that right?
Um, yeah, well, it will be 12 on Friday, I think. Yeah, because 11 of them are going to go out in my newsletter for Christmas presents to readers. So,
Yeah.
all of my short ones are going to be ebook given to my newsletter as a Christmas gift on Friday. So, if you want
Yeah.
11 books, go sign up for my mailing list. This is the only one that's not going out. So,
They said happy early release day.
yes, yeah, I'm excited that this one, the Runaway, is going to be coming out on Friday. I am excited.
Yeah. All right, Megan, tell us a little bit about yourself and how you found your love for writing.
I am Megan Russ. I am, as Kay said, the author of now 12 books. I am a licensed massage therapist in the state of Nevada, so that is what I do for a career. Writing is a passion hobby and has been since I was 8 years old in 1996. I entered a writing contest with my elementary school, and I wrote I have it somewhere on a shelf over there. And it's a cute little story about a horse and a rabbit that go on an adventure. Couldn't even tell you what the adventure is actually about without actually looking at it anymore. But and my school liked it enough to publish it in our school's library, and from there I thought I was gonna be the next thing, right? Because I was 8 years old, and then dreams, right? So I went from there. My grandfather gave me his old typewriter, and so I started typing up stories. I'm pretty sure that was the same year I got my Game Boy and Pokemon for Christmas, and so I started writing Pokemon fan fiction. That was a
Okay.
thing for a good couple years. I have quite a few unpublished and never to be ever published and looked at it by any living soul ever again. Pokemon fan fiction books on a flash drive somewhere. I evolved from that to I wrote and it is out there, I think, still, because I don't have control over that KDP account. It's called Firefang's Awakening, and I did indie publish it when I was 16 years old.
Wow.
I'd have to go look. Actually, I could probably pull it up. But yeah, it's still out there, and it's bad. But I've thought about because that story is still in there. That character is still in there, and I thought about going back and maybe eventually rewriting her story. But yeah, and then I took some time off because life took hold, right? I had kids. I wasn't in the best situation in life. I didn't have somebody who was actually supporting my writing, told me it was a waste of time. And when I dropped that dead weight, I found a new passion for it and started writing a couple years ago with a group called the Butchered Writers, doing short story horror fiction, and took a break from them and set out on my own, published my own short story collection. And then I've started this one. I started the Misfortunate Adventures this last January, so almost a year ago. I started working on turning this what is a D&D campaign into novelization for the whole world. So that is the inspiration behind the Misfortunate Adventures. It is a still active to this day. It's not even done yet, so I don't even know where it ends, and supposedly the DM of Happenstance doesn't either. So we will find out if this is a happy ending or not for our characters in the long run. But yeah, so I turned our world lore into a short story collection. It is called Lore. It is a prequel collection. It builds the history of the world, a few different glimpses in time periods of our world called Earth. And it drops you guys into yes, the feral fungus. You guys get dropped into these 6 different countries of Earth in 6 different stories, and then from there you go to either The Runaway, which comes out Friday, or Shattered Peace. It's not showing in my picture. This one. This is the big one. Let me see if I get rid of the picture in the background. How do I get rid of it? There we go. This one.
Love the tabs.
Yes, yeah. So I tabbed some of my favorite quotes, the battle scenes, and the funky chapters, because Amazon, the Zon, did funky formatting because it's so big. When it had to format for the channels and stuff to print it, it pretty much did some weird stuff with the end of some of the chapters. So you can see that's the beginning of the chapter and that's the end of the last chapter. So it like centered all of them. So I marked them because it's weird. It has some quirks, but I left it because I think it's cute. Like you're cute too. Oh, my dog's staring at me. But yes, this is based on a D&D campaign. This one is Reed and Raylan's story. We have minis for them.
You have little action.
These are from Hero Forge. So they are actual like D&D minis. This is Reed, our elf. Yep, there's Reed. Raylan, the DM of Happenstance's character, my husband's character. So they are the monks of the leaf, and I want to show off these two too. So these aren't going to be, you guys won't get to meet them for a while, but this is Storm and Rocky. They are our next.
Hold on, let me make you big.
Male.
Sorry.
Yeah, make me big. So this is Rocky. If it'll focus on him. Focus.
That's so cool, Megan.
Yeah, so I gave it to my husband for an earthy Christmas present. We got these two in. So these guys will be the heroes for Rage Against the Desert, and that's about a year out at this point, depending on how fast I can finish this series. But yeah, so the group is slowly coming together. We're slowly actually getting all of our heroes' little minis together. My husband ordered the ones that will. The ones that will be for the feral fungus that Lyha's waiting for like, she's gonna be waiting for like 3 years. He ordered the female main character, so we'll get her hopefully end of the year, and I can show her off soon. But yeah, so these 4.
Can we order these?
These 2 won't be for a while. Can you guys? I suppose I could put them out there. They're not cheap though. I'm pretty sure he got these ones. Didn't you get these ones last Black Friday? Yeah, he got these ones on sale last Black Friday, and then I ordered these guys with the Black Friday special because they're pretty expensive. But they're worth it.
Well, I imagine, yeah, but that's amazing. That's freaking awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I suppose I could do that as merch. It would just, it'd be expensive. Or I could, like, sell the, what are they called? The, like, 3D printing files. So, like, if somebody has a 3D printer, they can print it themselves. And then to represent that it is a D&D campaign, that it's based off of a 5e campaign, I put the D20 on the back of the shorter books. It will be on the back of the shorter books. It's not going to be on the back of the big ones.
Are you going to have your own dice?
We do have our own dice per character. I've thought about like making custom dice because Hero Forge actually makes custom dice, and sell those to people if they actually wanted like something to represent that it is based off of a D&D. Okay, you need dice now. I have so many dice.
We need all
I
of
think
the things.
I think canonically to make me a dice dragon, the only thing I'm missing is like a dice plushie at this point, and I'm pretty close. I have a mimic plushie. I got this one. It holds dice, so it's pretty close.
Well,
But
that's
yeah,
awesome.
I'm having so much fun writing this series because I'm hopefully halfway through book 2, Broken Hope, which I just showed off the cover. Lyha has the cover for Broken Hope. That one. I'm so excited for that one. And I can actually put it behind me. Hang
So
on.
someone asked if you hand painted those. Hero Forge
No,
does it all,
those
right?
ones. Yeah, that one came from Hero Forge. Those ones come from Hero Forge. You can get them. I'm trying to get a different picture behind me. There.
That's so pretty.
You can get them unpainted, but I don't have that much time on my hands anymore to paint minis as much as I would like to. I used to paint minis a lot when I actually worked at a hobby store that sold D&D stuff for a while, right before COVID. That was fun.
Collector hobby.
But yeah,
Yeah.
it's literally how my husband and I met through COVID. We met through a D&D game, so it's very special to us. And so last year when I got sick, I'm so sorry that you were sick, Erin. When I got sick, my husband said, we're gonna escape into a world of D&D. We made a map. We made our first 2 characters. And it was literally supposed to just be these 2. And then we decided that I was going to take over and DM part of the campaign. And so we made 2 characters for that part of the world. And so then we just kind of evolved into, there's 12 of them now.
That's
so
amazing.
yeah, you guys will eventually, I've got plans. Like I have it laid out of if I can keep my writing habit heavy enough, it's going to be like a good decade of books that I've got coming out, and there will be backstories like the Runaway, and there will be a bunch of thick ones.
You put them out so fast, though. My gosh. You're amazing. Guys, we just had her on the podcast, and since then, she's got action figures. Like, she does so much. We love it. Okay, so give the little spiel about each book. Oh, Lyha wants to see the map first. Sorry.
The map. Okay, hang on. Let me get up and take you guys off of the green screen.
You knew I was going to ask.
Well, I gave you the tree map that comes in Shattered Peace. And Shattered Peace and The Runaway have playlists in them. So if you like playlists that go along with the books.
We do. And there's a spot on it for our disco. So if you want to post them.
All right. So there's the world of Earth. We used, it's called a rice method, but we used dice because dice method. This is my dice bag, by the way, with all 12 sets of dice in it. That's a thing. So the first book, so lore takes place 1 in each country. And then our first book takes place there, not there. Am I showing it? There-ish. Can't tell. The map's funky.
So Courtney said it's like Santa's map.
Here. There. That's where book 1 takes place. Yeah, now I can see my finger, so I'm showing the map correctly. So that's where book 1 takes place. And then, book 2 will take place over here, and then book 3 will be up there. And then that's where Rage Against the Desert takes place, and then Plants versus Rangers will be down here. eventually. So yeah, we have a world map. There will be eventually a poster because Lyha has demanded it, and I just haven't gotten around to tracing that yet. So it's gonna be a process. Yes, my husband wants to order me some of them. What are you barking at? You going out? Do you want to go out? I'm standing, so he's like, you're going to interact with me. You can go out. You can go out, Tank. So yeah, and I don't know if you guys can see, yeah, all the little dots. Mm-hmm. That's like where they traveled and stuff. So I will be able to like add that type of like how like some books index. Have those like the index of like where the heroes went and stuff on the map eventually when we get there. Because yeah, we've gone everywhere. We're just, where are we right now? We're like down here in the campaign right now. Yeah, there. Had to look. So yeah, it's been a process. It's been a 2-year-long campaign now. And it's not done because we have to go save over here eventually, and then we have to save the whole thing. So there's a whole story there that you guys will get to follow along, which will be fun.
Courtney was asking about feral fungus.
So the feral fungus, let me pull up my pictures again. Lore there is there is a story. Lyha has dubbed them the feral fungus. There is the first story in lore is called Black Bark, and you guys get introduced to my version of the Blight from D&D. For anybody who knows what like certain monsters and stuff from D&D are, the Blight is an infection in plants, and I morphed it into a couple different things, and that our heroes do face when we get to plants versus rangers. There's a reason that it's called that. Let's see if it'll show it off. It's blocking it. So Black Bark, that is the first actual story in lore, and it's most people's favorite. From the reviews that I've read and stuff, that's what most people enjoyed the most, it seems like, and I'm okay with that because it's going to be a while. But it also means I guess I have to deliver pretty good on it. So something else about Earth is it is epic fantasy, but it is low magic. The magic you guys find out via lore was taken during what is now called the Great War. The gods took magic to pretty much fix the world when magic broke the world. So the magic is sealed into the world of Aerith and the monsters of Aerith, and that leaks out slowly over the last 2,000-ish years and has started to wreak havoc. So that is where we get to in Shattered Peace when our heroes Reed and Raylan graduate from the Monastery of the Leaf, which is this big tree. It is called a world tree. It is one of the last living world trees left on Earth, and it is a monastery that trains the Tree Folk Nation's warriors. That art over there that Lyha is showing was done by another fantasy author, T.R. Sharo. She was one of my beta readers, and she did the scene of them climbing up into the tree that they have to do on a regular basis because there are no stairs, there's no elevators for them to use, there's only one supply lift and they're not allowed to use it, so they have to climb up into their monastery anytime they get down. And so yeah, they graduate, they are monks, and they get assigned some unfortunate places to patrol and run into some trouble, and we go from there. And it ends in it does end in a good conclusion that Shattered Peace can stand on its own. However, it is the first book in an actual trilogy, which obviously leads into a long series. So there are going to be like standalone series that hopefully like new readers will be able to pick up. If they don't read Shattered Peace and like Broken Hope and Awakened Promise, they could pick up any of like the other series at their first book and be like, oh, well, I want to go read the rest of these books now. And like, because they kind of all fall into the same timeline until the later books when they all meet up. So that's my hope anyway. And then there's like the backstories, the Runaway, which is the first of what will obviously be 12 backstories that pretty much anybody can pick up without reading even Shattered Peace and dive right into it. Because I had an ARC reader who read Shattered Peace because I gave them this one. They hadn't read Shattered Peace yet, and so I gave them the Runaway, and they asked if they could read Shattered Peace, so I sent them a review copy, and already got a review from them. So yeah, I was pretty happy with that, because yeah, apparently this one is good enough to draw them to the 700-page book, which I'm hoping people do. So, because it is a chunker, and I'm okay with acknowledging that, but they're all going to be pretty thick, and people like that, supposedly.
I started The Runaway finally, and your writing style is amazing. I love the descriptive details that you give so flawlessly. Like you're right there in the story, and I absolutely love it.
Thank you. Actually, this one we're gonna find out on Friday for the Book Talk Indie Author Awards was actually nominated for Best Writing Style and made it to the top 5. So of all the three categories that made it into the top 5, that would be the one I would want to win the most.
Well, yeah, it just starts with one, and then you'll get all kinds.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just honored to be in the nominations, let alone the top 5. So
yeah, for those that don't know, the nominations were pages and pages of all kinds of things. So like, it was amazing.
So long. Yeah, and the whole list of nominations is up on Ron Shaw's website. You can go and see like everybody who was nominated, who like didn't even make it into the later rounds. And like, I added a lot of those people to my TBR. So,
and for those that don't know, Miss Lyha got nominated for Best ARC Reader or Most Involved ARC Reader or something like that. So
yeah, for the FB one, which is still that voting is still going. I actually have a link to that on my Christmas tree if anybody hasn't voted in that one. I have a ornament on my Christmas tree that you guys can go and vote at.
Yeah, so go support our people because they're amazing and they do a lot of work. Yeah. And
yeah, this one's on there and that one's on there, and I've got a couple other ones on there too. And then yeah, Lyha's on there. I think Mama D was on there. There were a lot of people on there too.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Ornament on the Christmas tree. What else? I mean, I have to be nice. I have to be nice to the TikTok.
I love that though. That was awesome.
Because I was like, how can I say tree? Oh, Christmas tree. It's that time of year. It's a Christmas tree.
So you have a deep love for your dog's name is Willie?
No, his name is Tank, and he brought a squeaky toy.
You have a deep love for indie authors and supporting the community. What is your draw to the indie author community, and how can us and other readers support the community?
Oh, I mean, when I came back to the community, I was writing little things, but the biggest things I wanted to read. I mean, as much as trad publishing, all kind of like no hate on them or anything, or anybody who loves trad published books, because I mean there are definitely some that I love too, but they're to market. They are, I mean, publishers are businesses, which they're gonna make and sell what sells, and they know what sells, right? It's a little box like this big. And I don't know, I went and started following people and just started picking up different books. Some I have continued to read their stuff. Others I read the one book and that was enough, because it was just like, it's not my writing style or reading style. And you know, uh, it's, I mean, kind of like Erin said, marketing is the hardest thing of this industry. The writing is the easy part. Like, people say, "Oh, I've always wanted to write a book." Then do it, because that's the easy part. Write the book. That typing the words out, writing the words out, speaking the words out. Nowadays, there's programs that do that. That's the easy part. Like, actually getting out there, because this type of interview a year ago would have been impossible for me. Like, you can ask the DM. Like, he knows that, like, this has been a process for me trying to actually put my face out there, because it's been hard to, I think, find my voice in the community. I got so used to reading other people's work and supporting them that it took me a while to find my place in the community again. And I don't know, I like supporting other authors. My favorite thing is getting on and commenting and sharing their stuff, and then and reading and reviewing their work. And I've got TBR for 26 a mile long at this point.
Me too.
Because I mean,
as you know,
I had a friend who just released. I think I've actually got two people who just released books today, and one of them I got as an ARC, and I still haven't read it, so I'll probably just read it on the K, so that he gets some points for it. But it's like, because I got so far behind on my reading because I was so focused on. Actually, no, I was focused on writing that one, the Runaway, to get that out. And so I could get back on to Broken Hope because I wanted to get book 2 out. So I don't know. Indie authors, they need support. They need that community that comments, because that's how the algorithm sees it. I mean, any of the algorithms, whether you're on this one or any of the other socials, of the more you interact, like, share, comment, literally, even if it's just a little heart, like, just because, I mean, you're already on there, just one emoji, like, that's all it takes, and the algorithm will start seeing, oh, well, people are actually interacting with this creator. Maybe other people want to interact with this creator, because, I mean, unfortunately, most of us are doing this as a hobby, and we don't have money to invest into ads, because I mean, those are expensive and run out really, really fast, like, because it's so many clicks or something like that. So
yeah, it's crazy.
And it takes nothing to throw an emoji in there and share. So
yeah, I have 11,000 people following me, and if I do an ad or a promotion, I get like 500 views. It's like, why are my people that's following me not seeing my content? Like, that's crazy to me.
Right.
Maybe they do and they just don't like it. I don't know, but
and that's what I've had to start training my TikTok, because I think it's because I was off of it for so long. I've had to start training it by, like, actually, like, going and looking for, like, Lyha's and yours, and, like, actually, like, going and, like, liking the last couple of videos, because mine didn't show me your guys' stuff.
yeah.
And so it's like, okay. So yeah, you have to kind of train your algorithm to show you who you want to see. And I mean, yeah, I support so many people that it takes me a while to actually, like, scroll through people. But
yeah, I'll be like, where did this person go? And they've been posting, I just haven't seen it.
Right.
So I take it that you're not going to do any acquiring anytime soon.
I did that back when I tried the first time. I thought I had a story the first time around that was good enough to go query trad, and I did that whole thing, and it was I don't think I ever got an agent to even pick up my idea. So, I mean, and I spent like years trying to do that. But, and no, I think now with one, how that whole side of it is, um, I want to stay indie. That's where, like Erin said, the freedom is, because I'm sure had I tried to submit my 200,000 word epic fantasy, this one, to a trad publisher, they would have said, well, yeah, you got to lose 80,000 words. And I would have said, no, because I have a 4-star review, and I love the review because it's actually kind of one of my favorite of, uh, she said, it's a great story, but I'm not sure it had to be in one chunk. I think it could have been in 3 chunks. And I kind of wish Amazon still allowed comments, because I wanted to say it is split into 3 chunks. It would be split into 9 if I split all the books into 3 chunks. Because, yeah, it's a story. These characters have something to say. But yeah.
Personally, I
And then
love
there's, like,
world building, but I don't need like
and
52 pages saying like what a grain of sand feels like. And I have not noticed that in
that's
your writing, so
no, I try to avoid that hardcore of, you guys learn the world through the characters' eyes. Like, lore is as much of the world building as you get. Like, if you guys want world history, that's where the world history is. Eventually, when I open a Disky, it will be on there. I'm working on that. I'm working on, like, putting all of our world history and stuff in there. But
that's
yeah,
cool.
if you want the actual world building of Earth, that's what lore is for. But yeah, if you want story, that's what the Runaway, Shattered Peace, Broken Hope, the next one, Raylan's backstory, because Raylan will get a backstory. I've already had people say, like, how sad is that one going to be, because it reads as sad enough. It's going to be sad. That's what it's going to be. No D&D character has a happy backstory. Well, a couple of ours do, but not really happy.
Megan, do you want to read any of your little snippets of your books or anything?
I can totally read the blurb off of the back of Shattered Peace.
For those that don't know, Megan did put little hidden objects in the Runaways cover, and she did have a contest. I forget who won it, but
yeah, it's going to be announced in my newsletter. Her name is Gail Close. She actually also won a signed copy of Shattered Peace on my release day for that one. So, but she was the first to return the image. As you guys can see, the skull over there on the tree is one of them. The raven on the moon is one of them. There were 6 images in total. And yeah, so I did a little contest for my ARC readers. If you can find all 6 and get it back to me before anybody else, you get a signed copy. And as soon as I get them, and the Zon is like apparently super backlogged with that, because they're not supposed to come until January. So, boo. But she will get it as soon as it gets here. So yeah, and it's fun, and Raylan's backstory, all the backstories will have hidden images to do with the characters. All of the images on Reed's cover, the Runaway, all have something to do with either her backstory or her future and Shattered Peace, of course. So, but I will read the blurb off of Shattered Peace. Actually, since she's got the Runaway up, I'll read the Runaways. So every hero has a backstory. The White Raven is meant to lead the cult to prosperity. Long ago, the goddess of unaliving promised prosperity to her people. A leader to shine the light through the darkness. The White Raven will come and free her people. Reed Song was born to the leader of the cult of the Raven. When her destiny is decided for her, she can only follow along and do as she is told. When there is doubt among the cult if Reed's Song is the White Raven, a web of division and betrayal unravels. The young moon elf knows that the chains of servitude hang over her neck. It's time to run. It's time for a change. Her freedom is within her grasp. All she has to do is take it.
So good.
And that one comes out on Friday. Will be on the K, coming to paperback. I will have signed copies in January. There is an ornament on my Christmas tree to sign up for those as well, or any other signed copies of the Misfortunate Adventures that are out. And yeah, but if you want it for a Christmas present, ebook, sign up for my mailing list, and you will get The Runaway, Lore, and 9 other books. 2 other short story collections, a couple tiny little shorts, and 2 novellas. Had to think.
Guys, Megan will be back on in February or March. And
yeah, I'm gonna try to grab the 11th. I just need to look at my work schedule to make sure I don't have anything already.
And you guys can catch up on all of her new things. And Erin, we'd love to have you back at any time that you want to come. Does anybody have any questions for these lovely authors? Do you guys have questions for each other?
I don't know. A lot of information was dropped. That's a lot of books. I got 1 to your 12 now. So
Hey, I've been doing this for 30 years technically now. They're pretty much backlogged, a lot of them, until I started actually working on these ones, and that's why these will be my only things for a long time, because I don't have anything else in the backlog.
Well, still 12 is amazing. And
yeah.
when did you start publishing?
Let's see, when is this proof from? May of 24. So, Shadows of the Great Basin. Let's see if there we go. Shadows of the Great Basin, short story collection of desert themed like horror stories. That one came out in July of 24. But I'd been working on that one for a little while at that point. Then I had the 12 or 5 of those 12 are short stories, like 12-page stories. So consider that like those are 5 really short stories. So yes, I count them as books because Amazon counts them as books. So if they're going to be on the K, they're a book, right?
For sure. Yes, you can spotlight me.
I don't know what just happened.
You okay? Everything okay?
I can't hear you guys. Hold on.
Uh-oh. Our Bluetooth disconnect. No, and that's good that you have more planned, Erin.
Thanks. I actually have like 4 different projects that I have planned. I just haven't plugged them all out yet. Everything okay?
I'm good now, thanks. I can hear everybody again.
Good.
So someone asked, what was the inspiration for Unspoken Destiny?
So the inspiration for Unspoken Destiny was to give a voice, essentially. My title, Unspoken Destiny, comes from my, what I like to say, unspoken truths bring about tragic destinies. So just giving a voice and letting people feel confident that they can have a space to speak out about issues, trauma, mental health issues, pretty much have space for a lot of different traumatic backstories. So I actually have, if you want, I could read my word, or not my bird, my dedication.
Yeah.
This is for all those lovely souls damaged by trauma who hide their hurt with a smile to protect others. This is to bring awareness to sexual assault and suicide, hoping to give a voice to all those affected by these tragedies that the world has to offer. So it's kind of the
Beautiful.
Thank you.
It's a good reason to write a book.
Thank you. The trigger warning is hefty. However, I do have, in addition to the trigger warning list, I actually divided out based on chapter where you're going to find each trigger. And then in addition to that, if there's like a heavy trigger warning, it'll have above the chapter as well a reminder of the trigger warning being in that chapter.
Erin,
I
I
don't know
love
if I've
that.
ever seen that before.
I've never seen that so far. That's amazing.
That's
I just
a
wanted to
good
really
idea.
prioritize mental health in the book, especially because that's kind of the core focus of it. So the book requires tissues. Yes.
Sounds like
I actually include tissues in my book box. So, yes, it does.
I can't wait to order this book box now because I was unaware that there was one.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. On my website. So the Right Path, Erin Silva. Right spelled with a W instead of an R.
Is that in your the bio or in the tree of links or something?
Yes. My website's, and then it has all of my like other socials on my website and everything else, so you can quickly click to anywhere. Is it? What is that? Wow, tissue boxes in their book. Sorry, I'm reading the comments.
No, you're fine.
Getting us prepared. That's what it is. He's getting us prepared. You order a box,
right.
get everything you need to read this book.
It does not. I would say it does not have a happy ending, unfortunately. In my world, it does have an ambiguous ending where you could mentally be like, you know what? I decide that it's going to be happy. Like, but it is a sad book. It's meant to be. I want people to walk away saying, wow, this should never happen to anybody. We need to do something about this. Yes.
Well, and I feel like, life is not always a happy ending or a happy time all the time. So I like it when it's different.
It's definitely a realistic outlook on how these situations would be handled. Wow, 4K left to 100. That's crazy.
Nice.
We're going to get there, guys. Okay, awesome. So her book box looks amazing. If you go to her website, it's got the book, a book review, a pen, a bookmark, some stickers.
Yeah.
Everything that we love, guys.
I have, I actually, in the book box, I have overlays that I had made by Black Dahlia Spite and Spine. So she makes stickers for me, custom stickers, and then overlays that go inside my book with like character art and stuff. And then like I used an independent company for the custom soaps. So I try to use other independent, like small business to supply the book boxes too. So you're not just helping me, you're helping their companies too.
That's awesome.
It says your book boxes are sold out right now. Just to let you
I need to update that. I have two. I have a hardcover and a paperback available that I need to update my website on.
Is that the price difference, hardback versus paperback?
Is there a price difference? Is that what you asked?
There's one's 35 and one's 40.
Yes. It's more for the cost of the book is the price difference in that, and then also like there will be a cost difference with shipping because it's based on weight. So it'll be a little bit more expensive for a hardcover copy as opposed to a paperback. Oh gosh, it's moving fast.
She asked the indie author revolution or whatever you were talking about earlier. Is that what it was? Yeah. Yeah.
If you go to her website, there's a link on her website that you can go find out more about it. But they also have a TikTok.
Yeah, if you want to message me also, I can talk to you directly about indie author, and I can get you links to get into the Discord, and you guys can check it out yourselves.
Awesome. Bailey's a first-time author, and she's been working hard, so any resources is always a big help.
Yeah, I think that it is a very good resource, definitely for especially new authors coming up, just to be able to turn towards seasoned authors and ask questions and get feedback and opinions on certain things. Sorry about my baby in the background. She's very much a Velcro baby, and this is probably the longest I've not had her on my lap.
Oh, well, yeah. We're glad you came, though, and it's been fun. I loved hearing about your book and the heart that you put into it.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate this, and giving space for indie authors like this is a really, really great thing that you guys are doing.
Oh, yeah. Is there any questions, or Meg, you want to say anything else?
Sign up for my mailing list and you get 11 free books.
Yeah. I actually made sure I signed up today, so I got the email confirming.
Yay. Yay. So yeah, you'll get all the shorts, all the short story collections.
If you get the books, review them. I have heard so many people put so much love and heart into their work and they're not getting reviews. Make sure you review.
Yes. Yeah, the reviews for indie authors are so important. Like, I know we're supposed to like stay out of reviewer spaces and stuff, but they mean the world to us when we actually see good reviews. And if you read it, review it. Like, even if it's a bad review, review it.
Right. No, it's really helpful. It's probably my favorite part of and I didn't realize how important it was until I became an author myself. So now it's like anytime I read anything, that's the first thing I want to do because I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so important. And you don't realize it until you experience it.
Yeah. And that's why I've got people who buy like from me in person, and I'm like, oh, and there's a link to review it in the back, and they're like, to review it? I'm like, oh. Please review it when you read it. Yeah.
Well, like before I joined in community and talking to a lot of authors, I guess I didn't realize how much it does matter. Like, I would review the ones that I absolutely loved or whatever, and I would always rate the stars, but I wouldn't write anything. And now I always make sure to write something and review.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be like a critical essay. You know, I liked it. It was good. This was my favorite character. You know, something.
Yeah, and I've never had an author on that would say don't review even if you didn't like it. They want to hear the bad so they can grow from that.
Right, for sure.
Right.
But be nice about it,
Megan
everybody.
came up with one of the names for her feral fungus. But because of a review I did, except for I called them murder mushrooms.
Yeah, because I didn't actually have a name for them in lore. I mean, they're just kind of there, and yeah. So when we get to Plants vs. Rangers, one of them is going to canonically name them feral fungus for Lyha. Lyha might have a character in that series for all I know by that point. I'm gonna have to name, because I only have like a few named characters for that part, so I'm gonna need names.
Awesome.
Well, thanks everybody for being here. We're coming back strong in the new year. We are starting to book, so if you're an author or anybody in the bookish community that would like to get on and talk about whatever you're working on, hit us up. Lyha and I share an email, bookishjkl@gmail.com. And that's where we book everybody. So it's in both of our bios. If you guys want to book an interview, we're available. But spots are filling up already. So if you have a certain date where you have a book coming out, or like it's coming out on this day and you want to be spotlighted, let us know. We want to help everybody.
Thank you.
Thank
you so
you
much.
guys.
Thank you guys. Thanks everybody in the comments too.
Yes, thank you all.
Yeah, I hope everybody has a great week.
Y'all too.
Yeah, you too.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye guys.